Hey everybody, Taylor White, broker of Legacy Homes, Keller Williams. I have your market update for you. Let's start out with some statistics here. So new listings in the last month is up by about 11%. And then closed sales is down by about 8%. So what does that mean? We have more properties coming on the market and less being sold on the market, right? So you might have noticed that properties have been hanging out a little bit longer, or you've seen some price reductions and properties aren't going as quickly as they had 6-8 months ago, maybe even 12 months ago, of course. So we're starting to see that kind of decline happen in the properties that are turnkey, HGTV ready, kind of transitioning back to that pre-COVID. A house really has to meet all of those 8 out of 10 checks before a buyer is willing to make an offer. We're starting to see that be relevant again. So it's really important for sellers now more than ever to have very, very specific pricing and to have an actual pricing strategy when they're selling the property and a marketing strategy, because not only in the last 2 years have we seen this shift in the value of homes, but we've seen the way buyers purchase homes be completely different than we ever have before. So ensuring that you have all of the right resources to be able to market that property online and for someone to really buy the property sight unseen, which is still happening very frequently, is super, super important. Another tip right now is with the current interest rates, a lot of folks are hesitant to step back into the market. So you have a lot of buyers that are on the sideline, kind of waiting for those rates to drop. And the expectation, or the projection, I should say, what they're predicting to happen is when the rates drop, all those buyers are going to step back into the market and try to buy again. So it's only going to create more competition the longer you wait. So if you can afford to stomach this 7 or 8% interest for a year or so until you can refinance at a lower rate, definitely consider getting into that property now. Attain the asset, and then once you have the asset, you won't have to compete to refinance. Whereas if you wait to save that couple $100s a month on your mortgage payment and you're competing against a bunch of other people, you may find yourself in a situation where you're having to waive contingencies that you don't necessarily want to waive, or possibly overpaying for the property and paying above asking price, or waiving appraisal. These are all things that kind of happen in a competitive scenario, and it might not be in your best interest, or you might not want to do those things to get the house. So if you can afford to attain the asset now and refinance later, you're definitely most likely going to be in a really better spot than most people that are kind of waiting, and then they're going to step back in and enter that competition again, because we all know the housing here in Vermont is extremely low and extremely short, and everyone's just waiting for that house to come up to be able to buy it, and everyone's waiting for everything to become more affordable again. So you're not in a different boat than what most people are thinking. But if this is something that's on your radar in the next year or two, keep your eye out for our workshops that we're doing in the beginning of 2024. Super excited about this, and we'll be able to enlighten you a lot more on what to kind of expect, so that way you can be best prepared. As always, thanks for your support, and we'll see you next month, and have a great holiday season.